Shalom Aleichem. Mishnah Yomi is continuing. Yesterday we started the 7th parak of Eiruvin. Now we are on Mishnah Beit. We're talking about two courtyards, two chatzerot, that are adjacent, but there's some sort of separation, and when they can join in a unified Eruv, and when they have to make an Eruv separately for each courtyard to allow them to carry between their houses and the courtyard itself. So Mishnah Beit. Kotel sheben shtei chatzerot, gavoa asara, v'rachav arba'a. You have a wall between two separate courtyards, and it's 10 tefachim tall, about 45 inches, and it's 4 tefachim across. We're going to see why that's important later. Me'arvin shnayim ein me'arvin echad. They have to make two separate eruv, one for each courtyard. They cannot join together. Hayu barosho perut. If there was fruit, there's produce on top of this wall, and it's there when Shabbos starts. Elu olin mekan v'ochlin, elu olin mekan v'ochlin. So each side, the residents thereof, can go up on top of this wall and eat there. B'vad shelo yiridu lamata, as long as they don't bring the fruit down. Now the reason for this is that the top of the wall itself is its own rishus hayachid. It's its own domain for Shabbos. Now, when we learned Mishnayot Shabbat, we learned there's a private domain, public domain. We learned the minimum size of a private domain is 4 by 4 tefachim, and either 10 tall or 10 deep to be separated from the neighboring rishuyas. So here the wall is its own domain. So the fruits up there, people could go up on top of that wall and eat the fruits, but since it's not inside the Eruv, they can't bring it down into their own courtyards on either side. The Mishnah goes on, Nifratz HaKotel. If there was a breach in the kotel, maybe a tree fell on it, Ad Eser Amot, and the breach is less than 10 Amot wide, Ma'arvin Shnayim. They're allowed to still make two separate Eiruvin, Vimratzu, but if they want to, Ma'arvin Echad. They could make a joint Eruv now, relying on this gap in the wall, Mipnei Shahu Kipetach, because it's like a doorway or an entranceway. So now the damage to the wall is created in opening, so they could, technically, if they desire, join in one joint unified Eruv. Yoter Mikan, but if the breach is even greater than 10 Amot across, Ma'arvin Echad ve'ein Ma'arvin Shnayim, then they have to form one joint Eruv. They can't form two separate ones because this is no longer a petach. It's too big. We actually mentioned in the first and second prakim that there's a tzuras a petach, but according to some opinions, it can't be bigger than 10 amot, or that's not really a opening in the wall. That's just a broken wall. There's no wall there, Lamaisa. Mishnah Gimel, a similar concept here. Choritz, a ditch. Shebein shtei chatzerot. Again, it's in between two separate courtyards. Amok asara, it's 10 tefachim deep. V'rachav arba, and it's 4 tefachim across. Me'arvin shnayim ve'ein me'arvin echad. They need to make two separate Eruvs, so the residents of each courtyard will contribute food and put it in one of the houses in that courtyard. They can't join in one unified Eruv. Afilu mole kasho tevet. That's even when this ditch is actually a storage ditch and it's full of straw or stubble. The reason being, people are not going to leave their straw or stubble there. They're going to pull it out and feed it to their animals or use it for kindling. It's going to be gone soon. So even if there's something in there that makes it easier to cross the ditch, a 10 tefach deep ditch is not so easy to cross. So even if you have something there that makes it easier, if it's going to be gone, then lamaisa, it's still a barrier like the wall was. Male afar, if it's full of dirt, otswarot, or pebbles, gravel, marvin echad ve'in marvin shnayim. They need to make one big Eruv because now it's a ditch, but lamaisa, it's easy to cross the ditch. It's not a separation like the wall is, so they can't make two separate Eruvin. Yashar koach and be gezut.